Hi, everybody. My name is Sydney. Welcome back to Real Talk. Today, I have with me H00die Mac. Thanks so much for coming and being on the podcast today. We want to talk a little bit about just some new music that he's released. He's a newer artist. I know he's been working on stuff for a while, so I'm like new artist, but like I've been aware of it for a long time. And like, even just to preface this, like, I know him, so I kind of know a little bit of these answers, but I want to kind of just talk about his little musical journey so people can kind of discover your music and like hear more about it and hear like your passion behind it. So he's on all streaming platforms. I'll say that before I even start, because I waited last time I talked to a music artist till the end to say that he's on all streaming platforms, correct?
Yeah.
So go check him out. It's H00die Mac with the zeros for O's. I can't speak today, which is great for a podcast. Zeros for O's. Yeah, so I'll leave the links down in the description too to make it easy for everybody to find. But yeah, so congratulations on like getting music out. That's like the best. It's so cool. I know it's been like a long time dream of yours. So what's it like actually being able to like say like, yeah, I have music, like go listen to it, it's actually out? Like, what's that like?
A lot of people's like opinions, especially like in our culture that we have now, are like when they see the numbers, they generate their opinion off of what the numbers look like. So like if you see something that's like when you're scrolling TikTok, you see something that's got like 1 million views, I guarantee you'll laugh at that probably harder if you see how many other people have laughed at it, right?
Right, like even if it's not funny.
Exactly.
Like, I have to think it's funny.
Exactly. But if it's lower, then a lot of people will just like voice their opinion. And a lot of people that are searching like for that smaller stuff are generally not the nicest people. So throughout like my first like week or 2 weeks of release, then I got a bunch of backlash for it, like on social media and stuff like that, which was fine. But yeah, it's like telling all my friends and stuff like that, they'll like mess with me and stuff like that, but I like it. So
Oh gosh. Yeah, I had heard about that, and then I looked at it recently. I was just kind of like, what kind of backlash was this? And I was just like, okay, I would not have handled that well. Like, I like read your responses and I was like, okay, like to the point, but like not really mean. And I would have been like just blocking people. Like, I get one negative comment and I'm like, we only accept positivity here. I will block you. Like, I'm serious. Like, guys, in the comment section, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you aren't kind, I will block you, or like I'll leave you a message and like you decide what to do. I'm just saying that right now. But like, he's like, oh gosh. But like yeah, so I would not have responded as well as you did. So props to you for that. But that must have been, was that disappointing for you to like, oh, I worked so hard on this, or did you expect that?
So I think a lot of the backlash was like because of the way I advertised it. So I dropped out of high school, or I didn't drop out of high school. I finished high school.
Okay. I was like,
but I was working like fast food jobs basically. Dropped out of college because I couldn't do online and stuff like that. So it wasn't my thing. So I started to try and work full time, but just until literally like a month ago, I was able to do that. So like, I don't got a lot of money. Like, I spent like all my money basically just putting out the album, paying people, to like mix the music, to make the art for the music and all that stuff. So it's like I like put everything I had basically into it. And so it's like, I don't have any money to go and pay giant people to, like share my stuff. Like, I don't have a label. I don't have any of that to like actually get a bunch of outreach. So I was like scrolling TikTok and I got like one of those ads on my page. And so I was like, like what if I did that? So I started doing that. I would scroll on TikTok and I'd copy and paste basically like this like ad, like, hey, go listen to my music or whatever, and this and this. And people didn't like that.
I don't get why not. Like, that is something that is completely normal in social media circles for creators. Like, I don't think that's weird. Like I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird. I know that it's like frowned upon, but also like I don't know. The problem is like you get all the people that don't have anything to do like with their life, and they'll like try and down
Just
on
twiddling
you.
their
So,
thumbs
like
in quarantine over here. Just
yeah,
yep.
yeah, just every post I'd make, you know, like there's just a bunch of people in the comment section, but like when I like scroll through the comments, a lot of people like a lot of people are like liking it as well.
Yeah.
Like not everyone's going to comment it, but like a lot of people like it. So it's like I'm still getting the outreach. So it's like why would I stop, I guess. But I did stop just because it was kind of tasking to just do that
It really is.
instead
Yeah.
of just have my For You page for myself, you know. I didn't want to change that up.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's hard when you're like independent and you're like trying to market and you're like, how do I do this without paying a lot of money
Loads of
for
money.
them to do pretty much the same thing, but not, like, yeah, it's hard. So you do feel like it has reached some people that you didn't know, like that, or you're just like through that, you've reached people that have been supportive of it and enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I don't know like as many people I feel like, like I got like a couple hundred monthly listeners, but that's just because everyone streamed it once. So like when it hits the next month, that's when you like actually know like what your numbers look like. Uh,
Mm,
but but yeah, like I've had some cool people message me and like it like led to like other like content creation like with other people and um, so that's what I'm really excited for.
that's exciting. That is really cool. And I mean, I don't know. I think it's just great that you just went for it. Like you went for it. You were like, I don't have this much money, but like I'm gonna invest what I do have, work on something because that's hard. A lot of people are like, why would I spend my money and go through like the hard times of building it up and the people that hate it and um like yeah, just super cool that you like actually went for it. I think because a lot of people wouldn't do that. Um, so like I guess tell us kind of what it was that maybe was like the moment that you were like, I want to do music, or maybe what artist it was that inspired you, or when did you know like, hey, this is something I think I could be good at or I'd love to do.
Um, so I guess like going back really far, like I think my music, like my love for music, like I've always loved music. Um, my uncles um, were both in a band that they started called Zero Theory. And so I was like really little,
Love
but I
that.
thought that was like the coolest thing ever. Um, and so I think that's kind of like where it started. Um, and then like as I got older, like once I hit high school, I think I really started to like appreciate music and like understand like how it is and like music is just like ever since then like been like a big part of like I guess my life. Just enjoying that and listening to other creators do what they do best. And so then in the summer of COVID 2020, uh,
Ugh.
yeah,
I
I
got
know.
so triggered when you said COVID. I was like, no. Summer of
Um,
COVID. Don't we all talk about the summer of COVID? That was a dark time. Really dark
I guess
time.
before the summer, I guess before I like decided like just like throughout the school year, like I had like picked up like the ability I guess to like follow along on a song and rap it, and like that and kind of like as I like developed into my voice a bit more throughout the year, then I was kind of able to like with like a few friends or whatever, like throughout the school, they're like, hey, like you should hop on like a track or whatever with us, like
Yeah.
be a feature. I was like, yeah, always. So like I'd write stuff and I'd be like, all right, like I'm ready. When is it? And they're like, oh, we're not doing it anymore.
You're like,
I
oh
was like,
my gosh, I got so hyped.
yeah. And so that happened like a few times throughout high school, but I was like, whatever, it doesn't matter. But then when like May came around, um, I just like really felt it. NF had come out with the song The Search. I'm pretty sure is when it like kind of came out around.
Mm.
Um, and I just really love like NF style, what he preaches about basically, and all of that. So I was like, man, like that's what I want to do. So I basically started beat searching, and I found out that our friend Victor, also known as
Shout
Authentic,
out. We love
uh,
Authentic Kid in this house.
oh yeah, I like scrolled and like I saw him on Instagram. I was like, oh yeah, because we followed each other after we had gone on our mission. And he had like his beats link like in his
Mm-hmm.
description. I was like, oh my gosh. So I listened to him and I liked all three of them that he had out. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
so I messaged him and we started talking, and then that's kind of where it all kicked up. He helped me get my equipment, produce like the other two song beats. And so
Yeah. Um, so I have a question about that in a second, but first, a little plug. So if you're watching this, it would be 2 episodes before this. I did talk to our friend Victor, Authentic Kid slash Alien Music. Some people will know him that were watching this, some people won't. We met him when we went on a mission trip to Guatemala where he lives, and he's one of the coolest people that I know, and just super down to earth and funny, and yeah, very talented. So anyway, plug for that. Definitely go check it out. He's such a sweetheart. He talked to me for a little bit as well, and he talked about working with you, which I thought was really fun to hear his side of it. But okay, so I don't know if you used all three of those beats that you heard, and if you did, which songs are they now?
all right. So the very first one that I listened to is Outcast now. Um, and it's funny because throughout like all the song like creation of it, like I had two different guys that were gonna be on that song. It was gonna be me, Victor, and my other friend, and he was gonna be on it. But then like it started to come around, and my friend didn't really do anything with it for like a couple weeks, and that's how you know like they're not really like passionate about like that song or that beat if they don't come out with something like really fast.
Like
And
you
so I was
would
like,
in high
yeah,
school,
yeah.
and
So
they
I was
weren't
like,
even passionate about their own songs.
yeah, which is like, and so I'm gonna actually he's gonna be on my album on another song with me when that next one comes out. But and so then it was just down to me and Victor. And I was like, all right, well, I'll go, Victor will go, and then I'll go again. Um, and for a short period of time, your brother was actually supposed to be on that song,
And
but he
then his
didn't.
life got in the way because he was so bummed. Like he legitimately was, "Oh, we're supposed to be on that
Yeah,
song," and he was like,
yeah, but he'll be on the album too. It's gonna be a massive album.
"We're here
Uh,
for it. We're so here for it."
yeah.
Um,
And so that was the first one.
that
And
was
so
Outcast. Did it sound like it does now? Like, because I told Victor that I loved the thing I really loved about that particular track. With especially because he was featured on, I thought was really cool. But was like the Latin influence that he brought in during his verse. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Um, so was it like that before, or did he add that in when he
no,
wrote
yeah,
his verse?
that beat is straight up how it was in from the beginning. And I said,
I
hey,
literally thought he just brought that
yeah,
in as his own artistic touch since he could. Like, I'm singing here, I may as well do something with it. Like,
the
I'm in
original idea
control.
was, yeah, the original idea was me and then him, like English and Spanish, and then the last verse we were gonna go both of us. So like we were
Oh,
both gonna basically do like Spanglish for the last one. But then like I kind of like it like trying to do it in a hurry, I guess filled up the end um when Joey didn't get his verse in. I don't know his artist name, but
crackhead. Shoot. I think it's Yang the Drip 41, I want to say.
yeah, it's something
Those are words that I don't ever say.
something dope.
I found him so funny thing about that, which I'll have to have him on here at some point too. But oh my gosh, he made music. I knew he was making music in our house when I lived at home with them. And then I didn't really process that he was making music and releasing it, though. I thought he was just messing around with it. And then somehow either I found it or my sister showed me his like SoundCloud, and I was like, oh, like she was like on one of his songs. It was like actually pretty good, and I was like, what? And so then I knew that was a thing, but I didn't like it was never like my style, so I didn't listen to it really. Um, and so then so then I found him on tracks through your Spotify. I went down and I found tracks you were featured on, and then I found tracks that those people had done that he was featured on, and I was like, because I saw like Yang the Drip 41, and I was like, why does that look like that? Like, isn't that my? Wait a second. And then like as soon as I heard of that, I was like, that's him. That's really wild. And then I sent him those tracks, and he's like, oh, I didn't know those were on Spotify. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're on Spotify. And then he's like sharing to his story. He's like, look, cool, I'm on songs. I'm like, oh, it was really cool though, because I was like, wow, you're on Spotify and you didn't even know it. So yeah. Okay, anyway, that's a side note, but that'll be cool. I know he really wanted to work on something with you, so definitely excited for that in the future, because he was just like, oh yes, if I'd be on one of his tracks, and I was so excited, and then something came up and I couldn't go record it. I'm just so upset. And I was like, sorry. He watches this and he's like, why are you exposing me?
Yeah,
It's fine. I love you, Joey. Okay, so then let's talk a minute about, since we're talking about Victor. What was the experience like working with him? How did you guys do that with being like the distance, and was that just like a really fun process? I'm assuming you guys were on the same page. I mean, you both mentioned in these that you both like your biggest influence is NF. Both of you have said that now, so
yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
actually like connected at the beginning. His album actually dropped when we were in Guatemala, and that was like my first interaction with him. He was listening to it. I said, "Oh, what's your favorite track from it?" And so he showed me, and it was "Change" from his album, which is still one of my favorite songs.
I
But
love
yeah,
that.
that's what I met. And so I guess like the interaction of it was like from the beginning was like a lot. It was like really heavy interaction. Um,
Just like
I
from
made
meeting him in person,
mm,
or are you saying like,
no, from like May, when I
oh,
like
when you were like, you have,
got to
okay, you have like, you have beats out and I want them.
yeah. And so after we like got that, then I discussed like the goal was to have it out at the end of summer. I was
Mm-hmm.
going to have a little album out. Um, but then my life got a little bit hectic, when I broke up with my ex-girlfriend, and then um, and so yeah, bunch of fun right there. And
Bunch
so
of, real life stuff.
yeah, real life stuff happened, and real life stuff happened with him too. And so like communication like would get like spotty, like we'd go like a month and then be like really on it, and then like we go another month and then be really on it.
That's real talk right there, and I
Yeah,
love it.
but then like towards the end, like we were both ready to put it out, and turned out great.
Yeah. Do you feel like, because I think about like, I think some of the best art comes through personal experience. So do you feel like heartbreaking situations have helped you with songwriting, with music? Or do you feel like that's been more of a hindrance? Because I know you just talked about like it being something that kind of blocked you guys for a minute. I mean, I get that it takes up time, but do you feel
Yeah.
like you were able to come out with content in that time, and you like
Yeah,
productive?
so a lot of like all those songs like have either like real stories to me or to other people that I know.
Mm.
Uh, and like in some songs like they're meshed together, so like not all of that is like about one person or everything like that. Um,
But it's all real life,
but it's
real
all
stuff.
like real life stuff that has happened
Yeah.
generally, or like it's real life and then like I fuse it in with something that I thought would sound good. Um, and so I think a lot of it um, is like I think is the goal, like to be like enough is to um, be real,
Hmm.
about like what you're talking
Yeah.
about. So I think a lot of it was like the main goal is, first of all, just to make music, just because like that's something I love, and the reason that like anybody's words that they're throwing at me on TikTok or whatever that is, or on Instagram, like DM or anything like that. The only reason like that's not going to like do anything to me is like I'm doing what I love, and if I think I'm making good music, then I think I'm making good music.
Right.
And if
I mean,
no
if
one
you're
else
happy,
wants,
who can take
right,
that? Yeah.
yeah. Um, and so I made sure I established that like before like I released anything, like months prior, like in the summer, like if I'm gonna release anything and no one else likes it, but I do, like I'm gonna be fine with like having it.
I think that's a really good place to be in, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if you're happy with it, then who cares? Because I think if you're not happy with what you're doing and people aren't happy too, then it just holds more weight because you're just trying to please everybody else and then they're not happy anyway. So you're like, oh my gosh, like, why do it? So, and I think there'll be people that will appreciate it. I mean, and I think you're just getting some people that are trolling you. So that's not
Yeah.
really real feedback whatsoever. I think
Right.
you know that. Yeah. Oh, I had something I was going to say and then it just went. Or I was going to ask about. Oh, just going to comment on. I think like from like a person who appreciates music and listens to music, and has tried to write in the past. There's just something so just deep and like, no, I don't want to say relatable because it goes beyond that, but like there's just something so impactful. There you go. Impactful about songs that come from a real place and songs that come from a place of like hurt. And I think with just the entire project, I just noticed a lot of like of just stories of like pain, and it's like I think everybody can connect to something in that. And I always feel because I'm empathetic, so I always feel bad when I hear a song that someone's written about something that they've been through or somebody's been through, and I'm like, oh no. And then when I listen to this, I remember I was just working the first time I was listening to it, and then Pain came on, and I'm just vibing, and then like I like start listening to the words, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, hold on, this is sad and like good, but it's sad. And then I was like, wait, I know him. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, who do I need to beat up? Because no, it was like such a different um experience, like listening to a song that someone has written about a painful experience and you know that person. Because it's not just like, wow, how relatable and good. You're like, oh my gosh, like, are you fine? Like, I didn't know about this. Like, are you like, I thought everything was fine and clearly it's not. And like, yeah. So that was just a experience I have with that. I was like, oh my gosh, brilliant. But I was like,
Yeah, sure.
I was like, excuse me. Anyway, so that's really cool to like just know that they came from real experiences and like not even just your own. Like I think it's cool that you use other people's experiences too. And I don't know. It can be, I don't know. Tell me if you think this is true for you. Like it can be a good way, like writing can be a good way to process through things too.
No, yeah, definitely. Like, I can't tell you how many times I was crying writing lyrics to, especially to Pain. Like that one was probably like my most like heartfelt. Like
just over here, just losing it.
most of that is like stuff that happened to me. So it was like, so that one was that one I feel like was kind of like easier to write.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean,
yeah, I think we've all been in like a place like that, so it was definitely like relatable to listen to. I literally had a note here that said it seems like you write from personal experiences. What's that process like? So you just answered that on your own. That's just processing and crying, and I'm here for it because crying's good for you. We all know I can do that. So so do you feel like that I guess you kind of answered this earlier, but do you feel like quarantine and just that time, especially like in the beginning when everybody was like there was nothing going on really at all, do you feel like that gave you so much more motivation and time to just sit down and work on it? Like you're like, this is what I want to do? Or was that like the beginning of like this, maybe I should try this? Because you said it happened in the middle of the year.
Right. COVID hit March, like mid-March, right after my birthday. Right after Nate's birthday, actually. It was right after 17th. Yeah. It was like March 18th when everything hit. in Utah specifically.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. I quarantined on my birthday. It was sad.
yeah,
I
and
celebrated before. It's okay. Nobody feel too bad about
that's good.
it.
That's good.
If y'all want to go beat up COVID, go for it. But good luck.
Yeah.
Sorry. So yes, so it hit in March. Yep. I don't like
So
thinking about that day.
yeah, it hit in March, and I was still finishing up high school throughout then, and then um, I think in my head at the time, like I was like, man, like it'd be cool to do music.
Mhm.
I had started like memorizing more songs and stuff like that. Um, and so I didn't actually like wasn't like quarantined like at all before I decided or after I decided that I wanted to release music because it was like in May is when I decided I wanted to. Um, and so like there are definitely like specific times since I only worked like part time throughout like the summer. I had like a lot of free time to where like I would just go outside and like write. Um, and I think I finished most of like the writing and stuff like that by like the end of 2020-ish
Yeah.
around. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, I feel like there was just so much time last year, even through the summer. Like I still felt like there was just I look back on it and I'm like, how did I do so much and so little all at the same time, Like
yeah,
I had
yeah,
so much fun because I had nothing else going on besides work. And then I would go to the lake or I'd go take a walk or I'd go like do all these things. Like, yeah, there was so much time and so much outside time. And like, that
yeah.
was a good thing that came out of it. I don't know.
Definitely was.
So you mentioned like future projects, like you are hoping to release like a big album at some point. Is that what I heard?
Yes. So the goal is, I say the goal because there's never a release date until, lots of things happen. But the goal is to have a 10 plus song
Mm,
album
wow.
um, out by the end of summer.
Will that include songs from this or all new songs?
All new songs.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah,
Look at you.
Victor's got a, what's it called? He's got his concert, his
Mm-hmm.
live concert on the 1st of May. Um, which everybody that's watching this now, that was a little bit ago. Hopefully you watched it.
I just realized I need to get his thing out sooner than Saturday because we talk about it. Because I thought I was going to put it up that Saturday. I'm
Okay.
like, everybody go watch it.
Drop it tomorrow. Drop it tomorrow.
Yeah, I just have to finish the intro, like
Yeah.
the little intro of like him and like music, and the
Yeah.
things that you have to do that people don't think about.
But yeah, after his concert, then I'll get some beats from him. I've got some beats from my other friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now I've got a total of 2 finished beats. One of them's in the making, and Victor's got 2 beats that he'll make for me. Probably end up making like 4 or so for the whole album. And then the goal is to have it out by the end of summer. But I do know that it's like
We won't hold you
only
to it.
May. It's only May, so
Yeah.
the like I guess like the final goal would be just like the end of 2021. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. You never know. I mean, life happens, as we talked about
right.
last year. Life really happens sometimes,
Yeah,
and
I've
you
got more
can't
of a
stop
full
it.
schedule now, but yeah, hopefully it should be good.
Yeah. So let's dream for 2 seconds about this. So you have this album come out, COVID ends, please. And prayer hands, please, God. And then are you wanting to someday do some level of like a show, or is that something you're like, I have no idea how that would work? Um, I'm asking this because I think it's fun to talk to people about it, but also, I mean, I'm calling myself the captain of the fan club at this point. Thank you. I told your mom that on Sunday.
You can fight Sarah Corey on that one, but that's
Yeah, but like I'm louder, so
okay.
She actually is the one that was like, we need to make a TikTok to read song. And I was like, and I'll upload it and look like I'm the bigger fan. It's okay. We just, if Sarah watches this, we love you. I'm the captain of the fan club. I told your mom, and your mom, that's how it works.
I feel like I'm dubbing Sarah as the captain of the fan club. It's like her and my mom, and then Sydney.
I will hang up this right now. But okay, anyways.
Yeah, you can edit this. You can edit this out.
No, this stays in because I need proof that you were like this at one point. Anyway, so yeah, so sorry. Talk about that. Is that something you would love to see yourself do in the future, or
yeah, I think.
Like just yeah, go off.
Yeah, I think like the whole goal of like me releasing music is to release real content, uh, have it like actually like impact someone, like like that relates to them, um, and then end up like them, like wanting to like realize, I guess, like that like the world is not great, but God is. And so I think like doing shows would like really bring that like full circle, to where you get to hear the music, feel the music, and then react from the music.
Yeah,
being there to see that would be cool.
Yeah, I love that. So your goal is to like make a difference. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in person, not that you can't other ways, and music really does speak volumes, but in person is a whole nother level of connection. And there's really nothing like live music. That's a whole special, like, safe place in and of itself. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a thing. I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, it's like concert culture. And if you say that out loud, most people are like, what? But then the people that know, they know. They know exactly what you're saying. And like, I miss it. That's the biggest thing I miss with COVID is that. All right. So let's see. I guess that's basically it for like the music as of right now. I mean, I think it's great. I hope you have positive feedback too. I think I told Victor this. I said, like, you know how like I feel so mean saying this every time, but like I'm like, you know how like when there's people in your life that are like, I want to do music, and you're like, oh no, don't do music. Like you're like, oh, I'll support you because you're my friend, but don't do music. I was like telling him, I'm like, I feel like it's so much easier for me to like support it, like your music and his music, because I legitimately think it's good. Like, and I'm like, no, I'm legitimately like it. Like if I didn't even know you, I'd still be like, okay, this is like good, you know? So, yeah, I'm glad both of you were like, let's make music. Let's follow our dreams. Even if people were like, no, you shouldn't do that, because they were wrong. Sorry. And then the other side of that is just like, I'm so glad that you guys worked together, because I think that was just a really good match. And I don't know, it just seems like y'all have the same vision, and like, I don't know. And the way you two talk about each other is great. Like you just like respect that partnership so much. And so I think that's really cool. And like, just, oh man, anyway, just like merging two cultures, and like, I'm just here for it. This is just me fangirling. Don't worry about it. Just being like, this is the fun thing about this. I just get to like talk to people that I like what they do anyway. So I'm just like sitting here like, oh my gosh, so great. And they're like, okay, do I get to talk?
Yeah, I feel that.
So for anybody watching, and like, I mean, I feel like these are questions that I probably know, but like answers to, but other people may not. So for those watching, like when you're not making music, what do you like to do for fun? Like what are your hobbies? What does Hoodie Mac do in his spare time?
Well, I buy hoodies. I do buy hoodies. I've got like over 40, which like Yeah,
How
yeah,
are you
yeah.
not? First off, I was thinking about how like you're always wearing a hoodie, and I'm like, how's he not broke? Because hoodies are not cheap.
They're not
Like
cheap.
they're like the most expensive of the regular everyday
I
apparel.
definitely did not. Yeah, I didn't choose the cheapest article of clothing, but I definitely chose the coolest one. So,
Yeah. Oh, I
yeah,
didn't even realize that I'm wearing a hoodie right now. That was so unintentional, but like
nice.
we're here
Put
for it.
it back. Yeah, yeah.
Look at this.
I haven't worn this one in a bit.
Yeah, that
Um,
one's cool. I like the color.
let me
But
check.
anyways, okay, sorry. So you were saying, so you buy hoodies, which I'm like,
Yeah,
that's where all his
I
money's really
buy
going.
hoodies. Yeah, I like buying hoodies and shoes and stuff like that. I think that's fun. Basically, like hanging out with like my friends is like the top thing. Like I don't really like care like what we're doing. Like if it's like we're playing board games, if we're going to a worship night, if we're going to play sports, like I just love like doing anything like with my friends just because I'm like such a big people person.
I
Uh,
literally said, I've said that so many times. I'm like, I don't really care what we're doing. Like, I just want to be
yeah,
with them.
yeah.
Yep.
It's like so that and then like gaming. Those are like my two things that I really like put my time into.
With gaming, you get to play games with people online, right? Too. So,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
is it more like by
yeah. It's
yourself? Like it's
basically
your,
no, yeah. It's mostly with friends as well. Like especially like people like my best friend lives out of state, so like we game all the time.
I love that. That's great. I totally feel that. Like, that's me. I'm like, yep, just give me the friends. Like, I don't care if we're doing something I hate. Like, if I'm with them, I'm happy. Yeah, that's great. And like, would you say your friends have been supportive for the majority of, like, most of them have been really supportive, or
Yeah, yeah. I don't think anybody like
has been like, no, don't do that?
came out close to me has like said anything mean to me, which I appreciate. Even
That's
if they
good.
don't really like it, like that's okay. If they don't like it, everyone's got their opinion and their music taste. Um, but none
Yeah,
of them shit in my face at all, which is nice.
which is good. They're not trolling you.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that TikTok grandma that I love so much. That's like, I don't wear it to make you like it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like you and your music. If you don't like it, oh well, oh well.
yeah.
That's that's great. Um. Oh, just thought of this. Music videos. How cool would that be?
Yeah, so I've thought about doing music
Oh my
videos.
gosh.
I was gonna do one for the last album, but then I realized I don't have any money, and I also don't really know how to, I guess, go about it. I guess like with the editing part. I mean, I think the only person that could have done it didn't really feel up to it, um, and so I was like, all right. But I like anime. Um, I'm kind of like a new weeb. I got into it like towards the end of summer last year as well.
Oh,
So I'm definitely gonna have like
he's a whole new person as
a
of
boom
last
bap
summer.
trap song with just anime references like that I know with all my favorite stuff. Um, and I've thought about paying someone to edit like a music video with like those cool like TikTok like edits, where they have like all the effects like go um through
Mm.
them while they're like doing that. So I thought that would be cool. So I might do that for the album, but I don't know.
Okay, that's cool. I just thought of that. I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. In the back of my mind, I was like, and use my drone. It's like get some cool
You have
shots.
a
If you want it
drone?
to be of you, what?
You have a drone?
I do. I
That's
have
dope.
I have a drone. I wish I had gotten more into cinematography because it's really fun. But like, yeah. Anyway, now that's out there. If you ever want to,
Oh yeah,
I'm
for
totally
sure.
cool with that. Anyway, I know me like still like the other day. I'm like, where we were at the salt flats taking like those making those TikToks, and we won't go there. I mean, I was like, maybe I'll insert it. Maybe no, let's not. It was so cringe. But also, I was like trying to like, like get a good drone shot of us, just like circle us. And like for like 20 minutes, I just wasted my entire battery life, like just like
Trying so hard,
trying
yeah.
to find it on the app. I was like, and then like Sarah kept coming back. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
No, I'm not okay.
she's like, okay, do you need to watch another video? I'm like, Sarah, I have one. 7 YouTube videos. Like, leave me alone. I know how to do this. But anyway, when I figure out the cool features, I'll let you know. We can just go experiment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was just like, she's like, you good? And I'm like, leave me alone. And then it's like beeping really loud. I'm like, oh, it died. So that was real fun before I got my good shot. But anyway, that would be really cool. But not rushing things. I think I don't know, it's cool like that you have music out. I mean, that's a massive step.
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh yeah, look up my friends' music. Like, I can do that. Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so what's it called? On my like Spotify for artists or whatever, I was looking at it the other day. And like 5 people have Shazammed my song, which is cool because that means they weren't listening to it on their phone already.
No, that means that someone else was listening to it.
And then they Shazammed it. Yeah, exactly.
My neighbor through the wall. Like, why did she keep bumping this song? What? Who is this?
Yeah, exactly.
All Sarah's people at work. Like, why does she keep bumping that through her head? Your mom's friends. Yeah. She pulls up, just blaring it. They're like,
what is I don't know if old people know how to work Shazam, but maybe.
Are you calling your mom old?
Yeah.
Okay. She's so young, but okay.
She's young, but like technology came out after they were already like past adult age. That kind of tech.
Yeah, I'm already losing touch. So that sucks.
Yeah.
Your sister had to explain to me where sheesh came from yesterday or the other day. And I was like, she's like, it's a TikTok trend. And I'm like, shows how much I know. It's like, it shows how much I know the TikTok that all the kids are on. My gosh, I need to stop. That's cool though. People keep Shazamming. People that have not heard. Again, I'll link everything down below. Spotify, Apple Music. What else do people listen on?
Pandora. People listen on Pandora still. Did you know that?
Eva, yes.
Yeah.
Eva has like their premium membership, and I was
Amazon
like,
Amazon Music.
Okay.
Cloud. XD Digital. Like so many different things.
So it should only be Spotify, but whatever. That's just my opinion. But it's also true. So I'll put Spotify and Apple Music. That's what you guys are gonna get, and Instagram, of course. I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, is there anything else that's new and exciting that you're wanting to talk about, or
maybe merch drop?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Hoodie Mac hoodies.
This boy walking around with sample merch about a month ago. I'm like, I would wear that, but I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I got to figure it out.
Some hoodies that won't be break the bank.
Yeah. Well, no, they'll break everyone else's banks, not mine.
He's like, how can I get them for $1 and sell them for $50? How can I do that?
I don't want to.
I will never have to work again.
Yeah, not even close to that amount. I don't even want to sell them for. But yeah.
Do you have ideas of what you want it to look like? Is it like similar to what you had mocked up? Like,
yeah, probably what I had mocked up almost, basically.
So will you like get merch? Will you try to do, if you do merch, like will you try to want to do like a drop for each album?
Yeah, I think making merch for every album is probably the goal.
The collectors.
Mm-hmm.
The collector's edition. Just all of the ones. You want the whole, collect them all. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's not like, what is that from?
It's Pokemon.
Pokemon? Yes. But then it turned into like toys too, like any level of like sets of toys. Collect them all. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
that's true. McDonald's collect them all toys.
Yeah. My YouTube must think I'm a child because they'll like play like toy like commercials and it's like collect them all. And I'm like, please stop. I'm not 7.
Everybody in the comments section, who's older? Hoodie Mac or Uniquely Sydney?
I'm gonna literally cancel you right now. So
because the correct answer is Hoodie Mac. due to everybody else's perception.
It's not everybody else's perception. We're going to argue this till the day one of us dies. And this is what happened. I'm going to mute you. This is what happened. To set it just so everyone knows, because no one will listen.
Story time.
I don't know why did you start this in the first place, actually? Like what made you, was there somebody that said something and you were like, oh, I must know this now?
All right. Guatemala, 2019.
I know that, but like, was there something that spurred it on? Because I just one day you were just like trying to ask everybody who looked older.
I'm starting from the beginning. Guatemala, 2019, summer of 2019.
Oh no.
We're all getting ready. We're packing up everything. Everybody's got their bags. We meet at the church so we can go drive to Nevada. We went to Vegas to fly out. Right?
So yeah, we're our church just, man. We drive all the way to Vegas from like Salt Lake area to fly to Guatemala to go for a week-long mission trip. Anyway, so it's us and like a group of like 15, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like 17 people.
But so 15 plus us.
Whatever.
It's still right. Anyway, I take the wins that I can get.
So we are going, and we're all like, like checking in our bags and stuff. And so we all have to get our passports out. And Sydney pulls out her passport and says, man, I look the same as I did when I got this.
Which was a year before, mind you. Not that long.
Year before, whatever.
It was. It was the year before when I went to Guatemala.
I pulled mine out, which was from like, I had taken like just that like past few months ago, and I had already looked older. We compared them, and we were asking people in our group, and it was like 50-50.
Was it really? We asked people in our group?
It was like a small group. It was a small group.
Who do we ask?
I couldn't tell you.
Was it just like Colby and like people who would think you look older?
Yeah. I don't know. But then, and this is like just after I like got my deep voice as well. So I was like riding my high horse. I was like, yeah.
With the mustache. Don't forget the little bit of a mustache he had going on.
Little.
You can't even see it on any pictures or videos. Like, no. Period.
You have to look hard. You have to look hard.
Yeah, you do. You have to be looking for it.
But then I started asking just random people, like flight attendants,
people in Guatemala. These poor people that don't even know us or speak our language.
I'd be like, hey, sorry to bother you. Who looks older?
Why?
And I won 75% to 25% of the time.
How do you know that?
Because we asked 4 people and 3 said I looked older.
I'm pretty sure the flight attendant said you looked older just to boost your ego, because she was so done with us. She looked at us, she looked at you, and she went,
that was just the one.
Yeah, you do okay. That was not the one. I think that was the second one.
One of them said that you looked like you were 15 and I looked like I was 20.
How old were you when this happened? Did you just turn 18 too? Like, yours really riding your high horse on everything. I just turned 18. I have a deep voice now. I have a mustache. Like,
I was 17.
Yeah, I'm older. Shocker, guys. I'm a lot older, actually. I'm like old. You're what, 18 now? 19? 18, 19. You're 19.
19.
Yeah. So I'm 24. So I'm 5 years older. So yeah. But now hopefully you've commented already and you've said that I look older. Or like I don't tolerate negativity in the comment section. I said that earlier today.
Not negativity if it's correct, everybody. Everybody go just type down H00die Mac in the comment section.
I mean, I think you probably do look older, but like I just don't believe that most everybody said you looked older. I remember several people saying I did. Because I feel like you were adamant about it. Like I would just stand there and you were like, look at this mustache.
To each their own.
It's fine. It's a memory that I vaguely remember clearly because I forgot that we asked people. I forgot how it started. I just know that
I looked older.
I remember this happened. And then you being like recently, like, yeah, everybody said I looked older. And I was like, I know that's not true.
Everybody said I looked older.
Did you ask Daniel or Brandy? Were those one of the people that you asked?
Oh yeah, Daniel. Daniel also thought I looked older. Yeah, Daniel
I
thought I
liked
looked older.
Daniel. I liked Daniel before this.
Yeah, Daniel thought I looked older.
Daniel
He
and I
thought
are
we were like
buds.
around the same age, but I was like just a little bit older than you.
I will always look young. Like I look like my baby pictures. Like I'm not even kidding. So, um,
Not your fault.
exactly. You just like to,
It'll also be good, when you hit 30 and you still look 20. Exactly.
how old do I look to you? I'm just curious now. Like if you didn't know me.
I don't know. Like 22. 22.
For real? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
I
just
can
because
deal
I
with 22. That's good.
don't know.
It's
Yeah.
starting to become nice now that I'm like pushing mid 20s. But when I was younger, I got why am I admitting this to you? You can just use this. I used to get like kids menus at the restaurants till I was like 15. I was angry at everyone. I was like, I don't want to eat off a kids menu one more day in my life. I'm 15 years old. Give me the it says 14 is like the maximum age that you can get those, I think. And I'm like, and my parents, like, oh, we'll pay less money. Yeah, like we won't correct
Yeah,
them. I was
yeah.
like, I'm
I
gonna
love that.
beat you up.
The ultimate scam right there.
And now I'm like, can I have a kids menu? And they're like, no. And I'm like,
Dang it. One of my chicken nuggets.
I'm 14 though. I didn't drive here. I mean, I was 14. Like, give me my.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, all right. If you guys have made it this far, y'all are real ones. We probably know you in real life if you made it this far, and you probably were laughing through that last bit because you know how heated this has been. Because I won't let it go that I look too young, but here we are. Anyway, if you've made it this far, we appreciate you. Thanks for watching or listening wherever you are. Thanks for again coming on here and just chatting with me. Yeah, I just feel like I can't stress enough. Like, great job. I'm super proud of you. Um, I just jump into big sister mode with this one. I'm like so proud of you, but I really am, and it's a really great project. And I hope that more people find it, and the people that are supposed to find it will find it, but like that they find it and love it organically. And the trolls better watch out because if that happens to the next album, I'd be like block. So if you're here trying to troll me, ain't gonna happen. Um, why am I like this? Someone stop me. I need to go to bed. Every day I need to go to bed at like 8 a.m. Like it's a problem. Anyway, I'm always like this. Thank you again for coming on. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, follow, like.
Do you have like an end saying?
I don't know. I was trying to think about that. I don't think I do have an end saying. Should I have one?
Hey,
I'm Sydney and it's been real. That's actually not bad.
It's not bad. I was just.
He's like, it's not good.
Like an end, like you gotta have like a melody to it, Hey, this is uniquely Sydney with H00die Mac, and it's been real talk.
Did you ever watch? Did you ever watch Liv and Maddie?
Yeah.
And then she's always like, I was on Sing It Loud. Yeah, that's what it reminded me.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, you gotta
sing it loud. And then the mom's like, sing it loud. Anyway, I had to do it. I love that too much. Yeah, I could do. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah. So
it's been real.
Sing it loud. It's been real. Someone give me a record deal. Yeah, so thank you so much. This is like Sydney signing off. I don't know. I'm so awkward with these things.
It's been real, everybody.
It has been. Thanks for coming on. This is Sydney signing out with H00die Mac.
With zeros, because I'm
with cool. Zeros. Go follow him. If you're on YouTube like this, subscribe down below. Leave a comment. Keep it nice, but you can vote that he looks older. I'm over it at this point, mostly.
Ding the bell. Ding the bell.
And ding the bell. If you're on any other streaming platform, which I don't know if this will be on there yet, but if you are, do whatever you gotta do there. Follow. I don't know. You would know better. Follow? Is it follow for podcast?
Yeah, follow.
Sure. All right. I'm Sydney. This is Hoodie Mac. And do I say it's been real?
It's been real.
And cut.